Did you know that underpinning all NCETM and Maths Subs work are the 5 big ideas in teaching for mastery? Our new series takes a closer look at each of these key ideas and how they support a teaching for mastery approach at secondary. We chatted to Carol Knight, NCETM's Director for Secondary, to find out more.
Teaching for mastery is more than what happens in the classroom. I think it's really important to understand that there are underpinning principles. One of our key tenets is that all children can learn and enjoy mathematics. It's really important that that access is for all students, not just for higher attaining students. They need to think, they need to reason, they need to make connections so that they really understand what the mathematics is all about.
How can we ensure access for all?
Quite often, teacher expectations are gauged by preconceptions about what students can do, and actually sometimes they can do more than we think. So it's important that we have high teacher expectations. A really key thing is that pupils are participants, active participants in their own learning.
What misconceptions might we have about teaching for mastery?
It's not about rote learning, it's about having pupils who are engaged in whatever it is they're learning. That's what we're aiming for, is that students develop a deep and connected understanding of maths. But it's how we bring this about through teacher collaboration, thinking about the mathematics, talking about the mathematics, trying out different approaches. Sometimes we have a misconception that teaching for mastery should only be carried out in mixed attainment groupings, and I don't think that's the case. Teaching for mastery works in all settings. Whether that's mixed attainment groupings, a mixed middle with a top and bottom set, as it were, or whether it's completely setted throughout. I think it's a decision that is taken at a departmental level about what's right for our students.
So, what are the 5 big ideas in teaching for mastery?
If we think about what happens in the classroom, we have the 5 big ideas that help guide us, so giving students opportunities to think about representation and structure, to understand how the mathematics works is important. What representations do we use? They think about what representations are used in Year 7, and then how those are developed throughout Key Stage 3 and into Key Stage 4. So that what we don't have is students who go from one teacher to another and encounter completely different teaching approaches, completely different set of representations. We want them to have a seamless experience. Also within teaching, we look at variation. So thinking about how do we present examples to students so they really understand a concept. We talk about fluency, thinking about procedural fluency. So how students have to have some things at their fingertips. They have to know some things really deeply and be able to retrieve things quite swiftly. But the other part of fluency is about that flexibility of thinking about how did I apply my mathematics to different situations, knowing what bits of mathematics to draw on, what's in your mathematical toolkit. Think about mathematical thinking, how students have opportunities to think and reason and communicate the mathematics. Coherence is our 5th big idea, and that's the thing that holds everything together. So how a department comes to think about and how to make decisions about what to use and when, and making sure that it all makes sense. It's all done in a sensible order. So teaching for mastery is not just about what happens in the classroom. What happens in the classroom is the pinnacle. It's making sure that students have that really deep and connected understanding of maths is our aim. It's what the outcome we're looking for, but it's how that's brought about. So it's about teachers collaborating, working together. It's about thinking about the coherence of the curriculum.
Brilliant. Thank you, Carol. If you want to learn more about teaching for mastery at secondary, read the full Q&A with Carol. For more information about the 5 big ideas and how your maths department can get involved, visit our website.